Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Invasive Species, the series where we run Hoenn mons in Kanto and Kanto mons in Hoenn. I'm pretty pumped for this run. As a seemingly rare Nosepass fan, playing as this dude, hope that pop builder's working, through the Gen 3 version of Kanto is going to be pretty sweet and challenging. We'll talk more about our nosy critter here in a sec. Just gonna go over the rules real quick though. As always, you can find them outlined in great detail in the description below. Only Nosepass in battle, no items in battle, held items are okay. We run on max IVs, we choose the Pokemon's nature, if applicable we choose the ability as well. We have access to a single egg move, and we choose the hidden power type. Nosepass is a mono rock type, and that's foreign to Kanto, so I already like how our protagonist's typing fits the name of our series. Every rock type in Kanto comes with a secondary typing, so seeing a pure rock type go through the OG region, well, I don't know how confident I am in how Nosepass will perform, but it's pretty cool all the same. That said, we have interesting base stats. Our physical defense is excellent, and our special defense is pretty good too. Will definitely help in tanking super effective damage. Nosepass is very slow, so will often be going second, and anything with Bite's gonna be annoying, because they'll be susceptible to flinching, and Bite being special in Gen 3. As a mono rock, we're weak to water, grass, fighting, ground, and steel as well. I don't think I missed any there. I mean, steel's not really a big deal because the only trainer with steel-type moves in the game is Bruno Steelix in the rematch Elite Four, and one of his Onix has Iron Tail. Beyond that, the Magnemite are retroactively steel-type, but they don't have steel-type offensive moves, so we should be alright. Also, rock doesn't resist itself, so even the first gym's not gonna be a freebie. To further punctuate that point, here's our level-up moves for this run. Despite our poor attack stat, we do naturally learn Rock Slide, which is pretty darn awesome. Thunder Wave can help with our low speed, and perhaps we'll be the one going first and doing the flinching. Rest via level up is cool as well, though we'll grab the TM for it just in case, the one in the SSN. Zap Cannon, I guess that's alright, especially since we learned Lock On, but I think it's a bit too impractical for a solo run. Besides, we have a better alternative. I gotta say, our TM list is deceptively good. We can learn Earthquake, we get that after getting the 8th badge, Thunderbolt, and we might even get to make use out of some taunt strategies against the rival's Pidgey line. But we might need our other move slots. I'm not sure yet, we'll see. We chose Rollout as our egg move, and it's pretty great, but also pretty luck-based. Here's what we had to choose from, big list that was. Well, we have Explosion as a choice, but that's unusable in this run, and Magnitude would give us a bit of coverage up until we get Earthquake. But that's also luck-based, and its base power varies depending on the numerical value of the attack. And unfortunately, there's no Defense Curl move tutor in this game, but Nosepass does get the same type of attack bonus from Rollout, so that's a fair compromise, I think. The thing is, because our rival has Bulbasaur as his starter, as we battle in the later stages of the game, we're gonna have to deal with 2 Intimidate users every time we fight him, going from the Lavender Tower rival battle onward. And well, considering that we don't hit very hard to begin with, and his Pidgeot will have Feather Dance, we're in for a pretty rough time. Also, if you recognize the name for Nosepass, kudos to you. If you got it before looking it up, let me know in the comments section because you are an OG who has played an excellent old-school Game Boy game. As we get ready to take on Brock, it's worth noting that all of our attacking moves are going to be resisted by both members of his team. Onix and Geodude are rock ground types, so Tackle won't do. Rollout's going to be resisted. That said, Rollout I think is still the strat here. Geodude going for Defense Curl is mixed because we'll have free turns for Rollout, but he'll be getting tankier. Now, I was expecting this to take multiple tries, but despite what I said earlier about having to rely heavily on luck, check it out, we defeat Brock on the first try with Rollout. Between Rock Tomb and Bind, I figured we'd lose a couple of times, but getting by Brock early is consistency I enjoy, though I just know he's gonna have his day. Might not be soon, but he'll have his revenge. As we enter Cerulean City and do our usual routine, we'll battle the trainers in Misty's gym for additional experience points, but I think the move is to battle the rival first. Misty's mons are going to outspeed us, and both members of her team have same type super effective moves, so I'd rather take my chances with the sand attack slots that come with Fire Red runs, rather than being straight up overpowered. Thankfully, the trainers in her gym, although they're water type, only Horsey has a water move in the form of Bubble. It's super weak, we have very good special defense, not much to worry about. We'll be level 21 for the Cerulean rival battle, that's alright I guess. I'll be shocked if we outspeed anything besides Bulbasaur. Speaking of that battle, we are just over an hour before we engage in this fight. And well, since he leads off with Pidgeotto who has Sand Attack, let's see how many times we have to reset this fight. Now, turn 1, I'm thinking we go for Rollout, and Quick Attack, that's very nice. Turn 1 Rollout does over half health, very nice. No Sand Attack, Gust, I'll take that all day, every day. Now, as we knock out the Pidgeotto, we're going to learn Thunder Wave. Absolutely, we're going to take that. We don't really need Harden anymore. Frankly, we never needed that move in the first place. Next up is Bulbasaur, and surprisingly, we are faster. Rollout doesn't miss, easy one-shot. Next up, the rival is going to send out Abra. It can't fight, but I'm pretty sure he just wants it to soak a hit of Rollout, although that's a bad idea because, doesn't matter if it was turn 4 or turn 5 for Rattata, as long as we didn't miss, we didn't. Was going to get one shot by Rollout no matter what. I'm very glad that Pidgeotto did not use Sand Attack that fight. Now, we're going to make our way to Bill's house, battle the trainers, get the TM for Secret Power, and by the time we come back to Misty, we should have a few levels, although I'm still worried about the speed. Turns out that Thunder Wave was the right call because Staryu was faster. Not anymore. Now, Staryu is trying to bulk up with Harden. That's actually great for us. We're dealing less damage, but Misty will heal with a Super Potion. Turn 3 Rollout takes out Staryu. We just have to survive a hit against Starmie. We take a lot less damage than I was expecting, and boom, we're good to go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, our next required battle is in Vermilion City, specifically the SSN. We'll have to battle our rival again, who is marginally stronger, but we are way stronger, so I don't see this being difficult, although because we're currently relying on Rollout, things could go south. Now, I am concerned about Sand Attack, and for this battle, we do have Rock Slide, one shot on Pidgeotto. As Ivysaur comes out, I go for it, and it's not a one-shot, no flinch. Thankfully, Sleep Powder misses. We can take this opportunity to build up Rollout, unless Kadabra disables it. Yeah, we're almost double its level, still slower. A Kadabra slips in Kinesis, no problem, we still hit with Secret Power. And Raticate's not going to be a problem whatsoever. Even if we missed a few times, there's very little it can do to us, even if it lowers our defense with Tail Whip. Now, just a reminder, for Lieutenant Surge, we're not immune to ground type, so this could be difficult for once. That said, Lieutenant Surge leads off with Voltorb, and it does have Sonic Boom. That will be the best move to use against us. Voltorb goes for Screech, a complete waste of time as we one-shot it with Rock Slide. Next up on the old chopping block is Pikachu. We actually are faster, surprisingly, and one-shot with Secret Power. Last up is Raichu. It goes for Double Team, which unfortunately will cause our first Thunder Wave to miss. On turn 2, it goes for Thunder Wave, but ours connects. Next turn, Lieutenant Surge whips out a full heal, but that was a wasted turn because Secret Power procs Paralysis, 30% chance of that. Even better, Shockwave hits us for 15 damage, and we won on the follow-up. Now, Rock Tunnel was not much of a problem, partially because we got very lucky with getting Hidden Power early. That's also relevant for this battle. It one-shots Onix. I decided to replace Thunder Wave because Secret Power can paralyze. Kangaskhan is faster, goes for Mega Punch, whatever. Rock Slide deals alright damage. I decided to take a risk and go for Rollout. It does have Bite, the flinch can break our momentum, and thankfully, Rollout pays off in a very big way. Now, once we're done here, we're gonna go ahead and grab Fly. Only takes a sec, it really speeds up our routing, and because we've defeated Lieutenant Surge, we can use it as a field move. As we do that and get ready to battle the Lavender Tower rival, just know that I picked Hasty Nature for our Nosepass, which might seem a little weird because we're slow, we're not going to outspeed much anyway, but I figured that we have so much physical defense, it wouldn't hurt to get a little bit more in our speed. Any vitamins that we pick up, as long as they're not Carbos, we'll sell them. Carbos, we're going to force feed this guy, so I like to imagine that we just whip up a bunch of rice and noodles for Nosepass to eat. I'd say Puffins, but those are empty carbohydrates, simple sugars. Now, we have healthy Pokemons here on this channel. We only have one more HM user to get, and we'll get that in Silphco. That's a little ways off, though. As we get ready to battle our rival for the 5th time, we're going to clock in our time here, 2 hours and 50 minutes. If you've watched them a while run, compare their times. It's quite the context, but I don't want to spoil that for first-time viewers. Now, normally I'd just talk over this battle, but not this time, because turns out that we don't even two-shot the Ivysaur. Razor Leaf is fine, and with that health, going for Rollout I think is going to be the play here. With that health, turn 1 absolutely perfect, although next up is Gyarados. There is Intimidate, one of our many problems going forward. Thankfully we're faster, so we don't have to worry about a Bite flinch. And next up is Kadabra. That seems to be the consistent for now anyway. And look at that, we're actually faster. About time. Aren't you guys proud of our little buddy here? Well, I am. I love Nosepass. He's awesome. And hey, even more awesome, despite having 2 attack drops from Growlithe's Intimidate, Rollout takes him down. And now, going forward, we're going to have to do a lot, and I mean a lot of training, because after this point in the game, Pokemon get way stronger. And since Nosepass is the Hoenn version of Onix, we're going to have to level up quite a bit just to keep up. How much you say as we battle the Silph rival? We are at level 51. And not a great start, we miss Rollout. Thankfully, Wing Attack does next to nothing. We miss again, Wing Attack deals 6 damage, now we don't miss. And there's Feather Dance, -2 to our attack. Well, luckily for us, our rival forgot what Pokemon battles are. I mean, he is from Mario, that makes sense. And that Intimidate doesn't matter because Rollout misses, there's Dragon Rage, yeah, that's a reset. Not a bad first try. If we don't get hit by Feather Dance, I think we'll be alright. So Pidgeot obviously going down with 2, and it looks like we need a 4-turn to one-shot Venusaur Razor Leaf. You can see our special defense in action there. But hey, with Gyarados down thanks to max power Rollout, we should be good. Alakazam's only attacking move is Future Sight in this fight, which is typeless in Generation 3. Either way, not a problem. Out comes Growlithe, we go for Hidden Power, one shot, down it goes. And we're pretty much good to go here in Silph because we match up very well against Giovanni. And even better, we can get our Lapras HM user before we leave here. Now, we haven't battled Erica yet. We saved her for later for obvious reasons. But we will have to defeat her at some point because I do want that rare candy down in Fuchsia City, which you need strength to move to Boulder to gain access to. The only point of concern in Giovanni's battle is that Rollout makes contact, and if we use it, well, we have to worry about Nidorino and Nidoqueen with Poison Point. And obviously by the fact I'm talking over this battle means that we are in very little danger here. I think it makes the most sense for us to go after Sabrina. We're here in Saffron, we won't have to backtrack later on, so let's see how we do against her, shall we? Rollout should be sufficient, her Pokemon are all very frail physically. Kadabra is a one-shot with a crit, Mr. Mime isn't, but that's fine, she heals, turn 3 for Mr. Mime. Alakazam turn 4, Venomoth turn 5, it's Erica time. And she's a one-shot sweep with Rock Slide. Now it's time to battle Koga. Turn 1 against Coughing, we go for Rock Slide, no flinch. Sludge does poison us, but we have a Pecha Berry just in case. As Koga heals, we go for Rollout, takes 3 to take him down. Turn 4, Rollout one-shots Muck, that's massive. With Coughing down, we go for Rock Slide, Wheezing flinches. Turn 2, Secret Power, Toxic misses, very nice. Now, I'll tell you, this was the third battle. The first battle, we got hit by Toxic immediately. That was a reset. Attempt number 2, we missed like crazy from Smokescreen and Minimize. Still, I guess third time's the charm. I always appreciate when Koga doesn't take that many tries to get by. He's very annoying to fight. Not too concerned about Blaine this time. Despite Intimidate, Rollout turn 1 deals a lot of damage. Turn 3, Rollout crits Arcanine. Rollout misses Rapidash, but Rock Slide doesn't. Rock Slide flinches Rapidash, I switch to Hidden Power, and that's going to be a solid 2-shot. I decided to go with Water-type Hidden Power. Now, our special attack isn't amazing, but it offers really good coverage for this guy. And as we go to the Sevii Isles and do our usual routine there, pick up the Power Point up, pick up the Rare Candy, all that good stuff, fight some trainers. I'm gonna be a bit slower on the upload schedule because I'm getting ready for a move here before long. I've been really enjoying my time here on the Gulf Coast, but it's time to move on. Still, I got a bunch of runs on the backlog for you, so you should have some content to hold you over until I get to my new destination. And speaking of destinations, we have arrived at Giovanni's gym. We're gonna take him down, no problem. Hidden Power Water obviously one-shots Rhyhorn. Dugtrio is a one-shot. Nidoqueen survives, but only deals 40 damage with super effective Earthquake. That's pretty awesome. Speaks quite highly of our defense, even with hasty nature. And Nidoking is also a 2-shot, brings us to 69 health thanks to an Oranberry. The second Rhyhorn is no trouble at all. We're gonna make a little quick pit stop on over to the Poke Center here in Viridian City. After we battle good old Badge's rival, here we're gonna clock in our time. Dropping a nice healthy save, we're at 6 hours, 14 minutes. That is not bad. And just like back at Silph, things don't start out great as we immediately miss Rollout, take a very weak wing attack for 6 damage again. No Feather Dance though, I'll take it. Gyarados is next, and Intimidate prevents us from one-shotting. That's actually good for us because full power Rollout takes out Venusaur. Wow, our low attack stat has actually been something of a blessing this run. Hidden Power one-shots Growlithe, Alakazam misses Disable, we go for Rock Slide. We miss, it goes for Calm Mind. Secret Power gets disabled after hitting Rock Slide, misses. We trade Psychic and Rock Slide and survive with 11 health. Go Nosepass, I wasn't expecting this to be a first try. Now if you'll excuse me, we are going to go train a lot. And by train a lot, I mean Blackout grind against the Elite Four. Because we're in the medium fast level up group, this shouldn't be too bad. Alright, as Lorelei leads with Dugong, we go for Thunderbolt. She goes for Surf, doesn't do nearly as much as you'd think. And here's where we start our rollout strat. Between the heal and being faster, it only takes 2 turns. Cloyster doesn't go for Protect, so we one-shot. That's surprising, but a good sign because if we one-shot Cloyster, we should be good. Not only do we one-shot Lapras, we one-shot Slowbro, who takes neutral damage from rollout. Earthquake leaves Jinx with a Sliver. Ice Punch doesn't deal much to us either. Don't forget, Rock takes neutral damage from Ice. After going through a couple of full restores, we take out Jinx, no problem, and it's Bruno time. Kinda worried about this guy because his whole team is also super effective against us. Now, if you're used to Gen 1 runs where Bruno is pretty much a whipping boy, he's actually pretty hard in this series. For Mono Rock, this is a pretty hard fight. Well, we do have a strong start. Hidden Power Water does one-shot the Onix. That's actually pretty huge because of Rock Tomb. Earthquake deals big damage to Hitmonchan, but we get hit by Rock Tomb, so now we are slower. And unfortunately, we don't one-shot Hitmonlee either, who deals incredible damage with Brick Break. And although we are actually able to KO it, and although we are able to KO the Hitmonlee, even if we got by Machamp, Onix does have 100 accuracy moves. I do think that we're ready to make progress, though. We're gonna have another reset right here, because getting hit by Rock Tomb, yeah, we really don't want that. What we do like is one-shotting Onix consistently. That's not surprising, though. That's terrible special defense. And Rock Tomb missed. Alright, I think we're in the clear. And because our speed's not dropped, although we eat Brick Break from Hitmonlee, because Bruno will keep healing it until we take it out, no problem. Out comes the second Onix, but we are faster and one-shot it with Hidden Power Water. As Machamp comes out, we go for Earthquake. He misses Cross Chop. We're switching to Hidden Power just to keep him out of healing range. I don't care about Scary Face. We tank Cross Chop like a boss. Earthquake takes him down. Get out of here, Bruno. Well, if Bruno is that difficult, Agatha, well, let's see how hard she's gonna be. She usually is harder than Bruno. And just like her Gen 1 counterpart, very trolly. She has double team, causing us to miss. We get confused as well, but 2 Thunderbolts takes it out no problem. Thanks to Arbok's Intimidate, we don't one-shot with Earthquake. We take Screech, Agatha heals, we go for Rollout, she misses Screech. The next Rollout takes him down. Golbat's an easy one-shot with turn 3 Rollout. Agatha sacrifices Haunter to eat the final turn of Rollout. Hypnosis misses, Thunderbolt deals great damage. We trade Hidden Power, Shadow Ball, one final Thunderbolt takes it down. We have a well over half health. We're still in green. That first try victory against Agatha was pretty surprising. As for Lance, though, we have the type advantage. I think we'll be alright. Gyarados does not have Hydro Pump either in this game. Speaking of which, easy one-shot with Thunderbolt. We'll risk Rollout against Dragonair here. It's gonna take 3 to take him out by the looks of it. Yup. A Dragon Rage, no big deal. Neither is the second Dragonair. A Dragonite eats that turn 5 Rollout. I figured he'd send out Aerodactyl because, Dragonite would be way more dangerous against us. But it's not. Thunderbolt's almost a one-shot, Lance goes for a full restore, and we're switching to Hidden Power to keep it out of healing range and two-shot it. All that's left is the champion now. I suspect we'll have to drop our rare candies here, but I'm gonna try without it, just in case, just to see how we match up. But again, we have a lot of rare candies, so worst case scenario, we can power up Nosepass and have a clean finish. If we can win here, then Nosepass will have a better time than Gulpin, which is kind of funny to think about. But unfortunately, Gulpin having the fluctuating level up group, well, that made late game training pretty bad. Medium fast is super awesome for late game grinding. Alright, our rival leads with Pidgeot, as usual. We go for Thunderbolt, deal awesome damage. Unfortunately, we get hit by Feather Dance. The champion heals, we go for Thunderbolt yet again. He swaps to Rhydon because of Thunderbolt, and thankfully we miss Rollout. Yeah, I just said that. Water-type Hidden Power one-shots it, out comes Gyarados, easy one-shot with Thunderbolt. Man, with all those attack drops, look how little damage Earthquake dealt to Venusaur. We absolutely cannot get hit by Feather Dance this fight. Tall order, because Pidgeot has Feather Dance and Sand Attack. Now, I figure I'm gonna give this a handful of tries, because again, we have the rare candies to fall back on if we absolutely need them. But it would be pretty darn cool to earn Nosepass a score without having to make use of them. I do see a pathway to victory, and we can exploit the AI here, because as we go for Thunderbolt against Pidgeot, he does like to swap out because the AI sees us using Thunderbolt, and is like, oh, well, we can block Thunderbolt's damage by sending in Rhydon, who is immune to it. Anticipating that, we can use Hidden Power Water and one-shot it. And now for Venusaur, I think it's pretty clear that we're gonna have to have some rollouts built up. Venusaur does like going for growth though, because the AI will see that Solar Beam will not one-shot us. Although Sunny Day Solar Beam would be the more effective strategy, powering up with growth because Gen 3 loves status is the way that it likes to go. We can take advantage of that as well. But yeah, as we make more attempts at the champion here, the more confident I am that we can win with Nosepass right here, right now. Well, let's see if that rings true. You know, I would take Sand Attack over Feather Dance just for this occasion, but you know what I'll take more than those? Aerial Ace. Yeah, I think we'll be alright, at least starting off. Intimidate comes in clutch again. Turn 4 rollout one-shots Gyarados, turn 5 rollout one-shots Venusaur. After Rhydon goes down, we're gonna outmuscle Alakazam with Earthquake here. And now you'll notice that we taught Rest to Nosepass. We don't take much damage off of Flamethrower, but if we get burned, it's a good night, Irene. And not to mention Earthquake doesn't deal a whole lot of damage either after 2 Intimidates. Now, what makes Rest so awesome is that we stay asleep for 2 turns. Combine that with the fact that we have high special defense, and that Arcanine's Flamethrower is resisted, and we cannot get burned while we're asleep. Yeah, I'd say we're alright. Even critical hits aren't that dangerous as long as he doesn't chain them. Trez, though he might with Extreme Speed and Bite, rollout finishes the job. Now, this run was an adventure, man. I gotta tell you, Nosepass was a lot better than I was expecting. Again, I love this Pokemon, but it's a pretty bad Pokemon in Generation 3. Now, if Sandstorm buffed defense and special defense like it does from Gen 4 onward, that 100% would have been on our moveset. We finish at level 87. What about that time? Well, we know that our Pro Tag isn't breaking any records here. Still, I'm curious if we were able to sub 9 hours or not. And turns out that we were. 8 hours, 44 minutes. Love to see that. And level 87, 8 hours, 44 minutes makes our boy here very, very easy to rank. Both level and final time are D tier, so yeah, Nosepass goes straight in the D tier. Trico and Grimer have company, and they'll probably have company with Onix next run too. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.